Hi, everyone. Welcome to the bridge call. Welcome, everyone. Danny,
Everyone, good to see all of you here today on this beautiful summer days.
Hi, how's it
Welcome.
going? And how's
Excellent.
everybody else doing? Like, you guys are able, like,
Great.
Good to hear.
okay, cool.
Good
So,
to hear.
yeah, so I'd like to start off with creating a safe space and, putting some protection around our circle for everybody that's in the circle, everybody that goes on to the replays, and anyone else that is new that comes onto the call. And that there be any, if there's any healing that needs to be done, that once they get on the call, that the healing happens for them too. So we'll put that in the intention.
Very good.
And also a prayer for Sudan, and also the Sound of Freedom movie is out, and I want to put a plug in for that too. If you don't know what it is, it's Tim Ballard, who is rescuing children. He put the movie out, took 5 years to get this movie out. So if you can support it in any way,
Exactly.
either share it or go see it, or however way. They're even like allowing you to go see it for free. Like it's not about the money thing, right? So it's a great movie. I haven't even seen it yet because I've known about this for so long. I'm like, oh no.
It's good. I saw it on Monday.
You saw it on Monday?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was very good.
So it was good?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Gets to the point. It's well done, actually. It's a lot of emotion there. It's well done. I mean, it's going to bring awareness to the fact that, there's a lot of children disappearing every year. And where do they go? This answers the questions.
And
it's really sad.
Probably we've all had a life that experienced that. We probably either played all the roles involved in
I agree.
In that beautiful industry. So let's start it off with a circle and bringing in the higher guns and the powers and creating a safe space. So Danny, you want to kick it off?
I will.
Okay.
Thank you. We call on the higher realms, the Father, Mother, Creator, God, on all the angels that are around each and every one of us, to surround us all and protect us here at this meeting here today, but also for those that watch us on YouTube, that they also will be included into the circle of protection and of light and of healing here at this time, as we ask all our spirit guides and angels to surround each and every one of us in this circle, to support us and assist us on this energy of healing and learning and growing here that we set up here in this space in our YouTube channel. We ask that all these energies are around us. They're all of the light. They're all of protection. They're all of our growth. And we accept this healing energies and circle of light around us as manifest right here and now. And so it is. Thank you. There we go.
Thank you. And we also include all the wars that are happening on the planet, especially Sudan. And special shout out to all the kids that are leading the way on waking us up.
Very good. Very good.
Excellent. So I am shuffling my tarot cards. Somebody tell me when to stop.
How about our guest?
Stop. All right. So what do we got? We got the hangman.
Mm,
So the hangman has a bright yellow halo around its head.
mhm.
And when you tap into consciousness and you ask, what is this card telling me? So we also have the number 12 above.
Okay.
So what's consciousness is telling me on this one is everything is flipped upside down.
Mhm.
So when you turn everything upside right, which is I think what we're going through in this process, is we're flipping everything upside right. And when we do, we have a powerful halo. Is there anybody else that wants to comment on it?
What traditionally is the hangman about? That's the part I don't know.
Well, that's what you got to ask consciousness. What comes to you?
Oh, I see. Okay.
This is about reaching out into what you feel. What's coming to you? But I can read what it says here. The hangman, wisdom, circumspection, discernment, trial, sacrifice, intuition, divination, prophecy. And the reverse is selfishness, the crowd, body, politics.
Okay.
So a lot of time with the hangman, it's there's a lot of stuff that is coming apart before it gets flipped up right. And in this case, because the guy has a halo around his head,
Right.
he's of the light.
Very good.
All right. Now,
Yes.
it's just a little exercise for you guys to start working on your
Arrow.
consciousness and what message is coming in. Okay, so we said we're going to bring guests, and like high or hell water, bring guests.
Got one.
Yeah, so I reached out to Martha today, and she just like jumped in the seat like right away. I was like, oh, okay. Because I thought, oh, okay, I better start
There you
now
go.
in order to get things rolling by September. But
Good.
Martha so generously jumped in today. And there's been myself and Veronica that have had sessions with Martha. So she does some great work. And I wanted her to come on and share the modalities that you do, Martha. So Martha is up in Stouffville area. So she is close in Ontario and also does remote. So there's no excuses.
Mhm.
So Martha, please open up your microphone and share what
It's
it is
all
that
open.
you
Yeah.
provide.
Thank you, Lucy. Thanks so much for the opportunity.
You're welcome.
And yes, my family was quite surprised that we were just sitting outside when you called, and I thought, wow, they're looking. Yeah. So yeah, this is quite an honor for me. I do two modalities, and they're both of them are my passion of my life. I'll start with the quantum biofeedback. I've been doing that for 15 years now. And I don't know if anybody's had it before. Veronica just had her first one 2 weekends ago, but she's done my other modality quite a bit. Quantum biofeedback is a session where you can do it two ways, quantum, like Lucy said, or strapped up here in my office, and both are fun. The interacting part is really fun when you have somebody here in person with you. But what the system does is it does a test on you, and it's to detect any stressors that you have showing up in the body from the results of your test. The stressors could be anywhere from mineral imbalance, an emotional imbalance, spiritual, something happening to you as a child, any toxicity. So after a 3-minute test, everything comes up and it's prioritized as to what's in the front right now is current, and then you can go back deep. You can do many different things on the biofeedback, but there is a protocol that you set up and you do the modalities best suited for the results of your tests. It could be acupuncture, enzymes therapy, polarity, and then you get, after that, you start into the session and balancing all your minerals, your nutrition, so that you're in a good place to have the work done after. So you can go you can go down an emotional path if you're really upset or you've got triggered. It will bring you up to give you the information of what tripped you up, and it goes back to when it first happened for you, like as a child, or it could even happen, you could be picking up stuff from utero. But when you go down to the emotional path, it will present all the information for you. And I can balance it. It's like a homeopathic, like is worth like, I can just balance it homeopathically almost. A frequency hits a frequency and it's clear, it's balanced. So yeah, it's just fascinating to find out so much that's going on in your system that you have no idea. You can check on your organs. It's so in-depth, as Veronica can testify to. The session runs like an hour and a half to 2 hours, and it's so fun. It'll tell you what chakras are out. Usually I do a test. I give a picture of your chakras when you first start the session, and then after we do the completion, we retest your chakras, and you'll see the different alignment. It also runs a test at the beginning telling me it's called a Vorhaupt score, which is where your adrenals are, where's your digestion, where's the energy flow in the body, like how it's flowing, what's the hydration level, and what's the oxidation level. And that's also retested at the end, so you can see the improvement of the session. What else? It's quite an in-depth. It clears, like we go into the toxicities, like it's anything that's a stress. So say there's high radiation, you don't know why you're fatigued, you're tired, you just can't get energy. It's not always just one thing, but you'll go and you'll say, oh, look at the radiation panel, and it's got maybe 60 things that could be out of balance there, and you just balance them down, and you'll feel the difference of it once you get all these effects balanced in the body. It has many, like if you can come in with a specific situation, say you want your hormones balanced, you can do that. If you want a specific kidney, if there's kidney issues, you can do a session, or you can do 6 sessions on the kidney, just one after another every 2 weeks. And you see that kidney function coming up by the numbers that it's showing. What else do I have here? Yeah, it detects like allergies, nutrition, digestion issues. Like the sky's the limit on the biofeedback, really. And yeah, so what else can I say on that one? Yeah, so when through the panels, it's telling me what your body needs, and then I balance it. And when you give the body exactly what it's telling you it needs, the shifts happen after that. Like it's night and day when you first come in to you go out. And sometimes you'll have a little bit of a jet lag, because especially your first time having one, because your body hasn't been used to it. But, I'm always open to, speak with you after and tell you what's happening. And yeah, I can't say enough about it. It's something everybody should have one of, because it's just so entertaining and healthy in the end, So yeah. So Veronica can tell you all about that as well. So yeah, I could go on and on about that. It's a modality from Budapest. The inventor was from Budapest. It actually tells you in some of the panels, or one of the panels, we can actually go into an organ and see what's happening toxicity wise in an organ. And I can tell you where what level your body is detoxifying. Like there's 6 stages of detoxification. The first is like a sneeze or diarrhea. Your body gets a toxin and eliminates. So, but then as it gets into the deeper stages, like when I can see somebody's detoxing at level 4 or 4, 5, or 6, I suggest they come back because their body's not detoxing. And level 6 is actually cancer showing up. So it's pretty, it tells you a lot. It's, it's just really an exciting modality in itself. So I think that's it on that, unless you can think of anything, Veronica.
I
Spiritual stuff.
yeah. So when I went to see Martha for this, I'd done a lot of other work, which she'll talk about that after. And I had thought I'd done biofeedback. Sorry, but I hadn't. But this time we did the session, and I went in with a few specific things, right, Martha?
Yeah.
And then as we started to work on it, she was able to discover where things were either stuck, like some of my chakras that were blocked, or issues that I was having in certain places, and clear those things. And as she said, get me set up healthy so that I could then do the internal work on the issues that I was experiencing. And so I was not going to be left with a position of not being able to go fairly deep with it. I guess that's what I would say. And we did, and it was amazing. I would say though, some of the stuff that I processed with it, right, Martha, took about 5 days to really completely clear. And Martha also did let me know that, a few of the things would be, sorry, my light just went off. Anyway, she just let me know that some of the issues would take longer to clear, and that call her anytime. So if I had a little bit of a confusion about something, I did call her. I'd say, well, is this supposed to feel like this? Like I had a really sore throat sort of thing, which was like communication, as we know. Anyway, and she was able to clear that so that, some of that stuff, sorry, I can't put my light on right now. Sorry, in the dark. Anyway, so it was pretty powerful. And the other thing is, one of the things she picked up on was that I was overthinking. not that
Shocking.
I know, sorry. not that any of us, that's so funny, not that any of us overthink. Anyway,
Exactly.
and so when she finished with it, it sort of had left me in a little bit of a state of like, for about 3 days. Every time I would think something, I'd go, oh, I'm thinking. I was way more conscious of the thinking and letting it go. So that was really great. So now it's, now I just walk around like a zombie. No,
Yeah, you're right.
true.
Yeah, because that is, you're right, Veronica. Part of the session is that I do for everybody is balance the brain, the hemispheres of the brain and the nervous system. And then at the end, I bring, we do the brain speeds. So you're just so chilled at the end that, when you go away. And what Veronica was saying, the biofeedback processes for 4 days after you have your session. So it's continuing to process. So you just let it ride out until the end. Yeah, and you just, every time if I called, she was available, which is really awesome, because I don't know all other practitioners, but I do know that you were available to kind of like answer questions, or, oh, maybe this is what's going on, and then look at it and go, oh yeah, that's it, exactly. It was pretty cool. Anyway, you could get into fear, you think something's happening, but it's all, sometimes if somebody isn't processing, I can go back in and open the pathways of elimination, so you can work the session through, but you didn't have any problem. It's usually okay. That was good. Yeah. So now I don't think anymore at all. No, you're right. That's part of the brain that overthinks. And most people do. It was good. Anyway. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's the biofeedback. And the other modality I do is called Mind Field Repatterning. And Mind Field Repatterning is another very cool modality. And I'm going to read what it is, because we have a format that I read, or I let people know what it's all about. It pretty much explains it. So a Mind Field Repatterning session involves the discovery and clearing of unconscious beliefs and energetic patterns that may be influencing limitation and imbalances in any number of physical, mental, emotional, or situational issues. Mind Field Repatterning is a transformational system based on quantum principles and practices working with the subtle energy fields. The heart of this work is purpose to collapsing limiting patterns, thoughts projected from an unhealed mind, thereby dissolving attachment to the ego, the conditioned mind, identity. With this, greater peace of mind ensures the open-heartedness occurs in a natural effect. Life changes happen. Mind Field Repatterning is directed by inspired guidance. So we connect to guidance before we do the session. So it's not me running the session, we're connecting to the higher guidance to discover and collapse limiting memory files which have been stored in neural pathways throughout the brain and the body and the energy field. These files or vibrational signatures direct 95% of how your life unfolds until they are released. Mind Field Repatterning sessions can assist you in shifting your reality through facilitating a reset of old programs, and this leaves you free to create a new. And I can just tell you an experience that I had when I went to Florida for a biofeedback Congress, and I met my teacher there for Mind Field Repatterning. I didn't know she was going to be my teacher, but she was offering 15-minute clearings. So I went up there and I had my focus was to clear anything blocking my intuition for my biofeedback to step up. So I had my 15-minute session and off I go. The next morning I woke up with floaters all over my eyes. I couldn't see for floaters. And I had never had a floater in my eye ever. I didn't even, never. So I went up to her the next day with the help of my girlfriend helping me because I couldn't see very well. And my teacher, Irina Cowan, we did another clearing. Half of them cleared immediately. And then the next morning I went and she cleared. So there was a few layers anyway. I went to see her every morning when we got up, and they got less and less. And I came home with one. I wanted to keep one just for the story, to keep the story. And when I got home, I thought, I have got to learn this modality. So I've been doing this one for since 2019, and I love it. It's really a deep spiritual work. You can come in with any focus. It could be physical, mental, it could be spiritual, anything it is. And then I'm guided with my higher guidance to find the charts that are the most appropriate to clear what's blocking you in this thing. So what it does in the, it's really blocking, like as we know in this group, we create blocks to keep ourselves small, and we're afraid to be ourselves, step into our power. So this one, it just shows you the blocks. We get to release the blocks, and these are just, and then you just rise up. Your energy rises up, your vibration's different. What you attract in your world is different. It's just, yeah, as soon as you walk out that door, it's a different story. So they're both just very powerful, very exciting. Yeah, what can I say? My two passions, and my third passion is my Course in Miracles spiritual support I do every day. But yeah, there are two, and they go very well together. Some people, my clients can have biofeedback. Some come in for Mind Field Repatterning, and then you can have a combination of the two, which is a biofeedback session. And while the biofeedback's working, I can already have a few charts that we can clear while it's all working. So it's whatever your preference, but they're all very, very cool. I love them. That's what I can say.
Yeah,
And
good.
Veronica has, she's had probably 6 or 8 Mind Field Repatternings and gifted Lucy one for her birthday last summer.
Yes.
And yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's one of the reasons, Martha, now though, that like today we went to a place, Danny, myself, and Lucy, and I won't say a lot about it, but there was a moment where I was in the washroom and I was like, somebody came to visit, and I went out and asked the lady that lived there I said, her husband had passed away, and I'd said, your husband just came to visit. And the reason I'm saying that is it's your work with you, Martha, as I've gone through it more and more, it's starting to open up that those
Yeah,
gifts,
exactly.
those
Yeah.
gifts are starting to come more naturally, not forced. They're just all of a sudden they're just there.
Well, we're always there, right? But we're just
Yes, yes.
unfolding it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So that was
incredible with the biofeedback. I've had clients that when you go down this deep emotional path, when you put your age in and then you test the emotions that are presenting at that day, it unwinds like things that are coming up in gestation. And I had one client, I can speak because I don't say their name, but I said, oh, age as emotional trauma, age 13 is coming up and your mother is showing up in that profile. And she said, well, instantly, she said, I was raped at 13. So her body was holding that imprint of that trauma. And then she said, and when my mother is there, she said, my mother phoned the police without my permission and I didn't want to be involved with the police. So she said, I hated my mother from that time on for her overstepping her boundaries. So this came out in her session and she broke down in tears and had to use the bathroom because it immediately just left her body. And she was holding on to that for 20 years. So it was pretty profound. The stuff that when you're ready to let things go, it will definitely do that.
Yeah,
Powerful,
Lucy,
powerful.
you did it too, Lucy, eh?
Yeah, and when I had the session, you know, like I've done so much work on myself, right? And then all of a sudden it was like we went straight to the exact thing that I've been working like centuries on. I'm like, you are kidding me.
Right.
Still here.
And it was still in the field, right? I was like, oh my God.
I know. And
we cleared it out, you know, and it was like a year ago that I did it. Of course, I can't remember, but there was significant. I think we spoke a couple of times after that to check in to see how it was going. But I could feel the difference got lighter. But I was shocked. I was like, oh God, like right back to the exact spot.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so true. The more that you clear out, as you're using those terms, the more that you clear out, the more that you are then available for the other work, right?
Well, you step into love. Our natural state is love. So you're clearing out everything that's not us, you know, all these things we've picked up from childhood, all these, you know, we idolizing our parents, whether it was a good thing or not. And then we have all this and we unconsciously walking around with these programs running till they're, you know, when you see, and it's all prioritized, whatever comes up in I'm talking the Mind Field Repatterning now, whatever your focus is, it'll come up with the charts that you need for that. And it's very profound and bang on, Veronica. It's like, wow.
It's pretty wild.
It surprises me too. Yeah. Like, wow, it just fits in like a puzzle. Why it's happening.
Yeah, it's
Does
great.
it work also on generational things that keep coming up that are affecting our life?
Yeah. There's in both of them there is generational at all. Like in the Mind Field Repatterning, there's charts for our ancestry. All of that will come up if it's what you're wanting to, if it comes up for your priority. Yes, absolutely. And what I find at the beginning, that stuff wants to come up to clear first. That's the heavier stuff that we came in with. Yeah, definitely.
That's wonderful. So important.
So just a couple of questions on the biofeedback. Are you able to detect, like obviously you're able to detect whether there's trauma in the body?
Yeah.
And are you able to detect whether it's this life or past lives? Or does it just showing?
No, not in the biofeedback. It shows me what ages that these the ages that the traumas have come up and who they're involved with, but not the past life. Sometimes the biofeedback will come up and give you a hint saying let go of the past or something like that. And that's a hint to use the past life program on the biofeedback, which we can do that too. Actually, there is a past life. And if I run that, it can tell you the year of, and what the year of the past life, and what you were in that past life and the emotions around that past life. I don't do that one too often, but it's a good one too, because it's like the
Wow.
butterfly effect. You clear it all.
That's a cool
amazing.
program to play around with.
It is, you know, and I never think about it, Lucy. You know, somebody, I hardly ever think about it, but I had one client that came in and she wanted one after another, because these past life really do affect us for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about vital signs like low in copper, low in, you know,
Everything. I go into
iron.
the mineral panel is what we do. We clear radiation, we balance the minerals. So you either have how the biofeedback works, everything over a certain number is a depletion, or anything under a 50 is you're not absorbed, like you have too much excess, your body's not utilizing it. So you could have too much copper in your body, and it's just a matter of balancing it to a balanced number. The system lets me know when it's balanced, and then you'll move on to something else. So somebody's really tired and you go into the mineral panel and you see all the electrolytes low. Well, there's one of the reasons why
Right.
you're tired, but there's not just one. Then you see how high radiation, there's another one, many different things.
I wanted
So-
to mention something that I thought was kind of important when we were doing this work today. It was to go to see this person to do some, what, I don't know what it was called, Danny, what was it called?
CRA,
Yeah.
CRA.
I don't know what that is. It stands-
contact reflex analysis.
Yeah,
Right.
and so I went to clear out my thyroid, and I had been to see Martha 2 weeks ago, and we worked extensively on my thyroid.
Yeah, we
Well, we
did.
went to see this woman today, and she said, your thyroid's at 100%. I just thought of that right now. That's very significant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
good work, Martha.
Because
Yeah.
that was your focus. You really want to, but we, you know,
Target.
yeah, you were looking at your thyroid for one reason, but we found another reason why,
Yeah.
you know, your focus was your focus. It wasn't so much your thyroid anyway, it was something else, right?
No,
But
but I'm
it-
just saying we cleared it all, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden I go here and I get by the way, your thyroid's at 100.
Yeah,
I just thinking of that, so that if someone comes in with an issue that's, I've got to do this, and then you're doing these different modalities, and then all of a sudden you're seeing, well, it's working.
yeah. And there's always something there
Very
with the
good.
thyroid too. It's not just the functional thyroid.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
you're speaking your truth, and
Right.
yeah, all kinds of, other things. Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
It's fun
So
for
what
me too.
about addictions?
Addictions, yeah, we have addiction, we have, you know, whatever, you know, if one of the blockages is anxiety, I balance the brain and neurologic system, and I run the anxiety panel, and you can just feel the shift coming down. Also, it allows you a panel that you can, so if somebody's an overthinker, I can run GABA throughout the whole session. So every time you get an improvement, Veronica was getting a shot of GABA. So her mind was going, woof, woof, calm and calm. So you just see what comes up in the information from the test, and then you know how to navigate. Some people are overthinkers and it's just a stress thing. And then you bring their stress down, and they're able to see the problem better. You know, when you're in anger or whatever, you can't see anything, you know, you can't
No.
see what's happening because you're just in overdrive with your brain and neurologic system. But then you calm it down, you know, it's then you can you're more rational, and you can help with the situation at hand.
So I've known a few practitioners that have used biofeedback, and there is almost like you have to develop a relationship with your biofeedback. It's almost, there's a syncing that needs to happen where you have an understanding, and you're also evolving as you use it. Can you just talk a little bit about that too?
Yeah, it's like a consciousness interface is what they call it. And I feel it's more, it reads you than it knows you the way you read it. Because it keeps
that's
coming
right.
up with messages after so many sessions you have, and they'll say, Martha Briss, and you still haven't tapped into your greatest potential yet. And just these things that keep, and sometimes they're not good messages and say, Martha Briss, and get this log out of your eye before you can get this whatever out of your client's eye. Yeah, it's very very sensitive, these devices, I'm telling you. I've had some it can pick up on your client, and it'll say calm your client down. Yeah, because it can pick up on the high the nervous system or the anger. Yeah.
Wow. So what about clearing out like fluoride, graphene, stuff that we're ingesting, air,
them.
water?
Yeah, it has all of the biofeedback is it has all the COVID and all the shots and all of that as well. It has all those programs, and the Mind Field Repatterning, you can pull them out as well through your intention and your spinning. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does it tap into dreams? And what about if the person's having like some cool dreams? Is the biofeedback or your other Mind Field Repatterning, can it decipher?
The dreams,
help
I know we, on the biofeedback, we can do lucid dreaming for 2 weeks. So we can do that program, and then you're into your dreams more for the next 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
It has that, but not too much. It has lots of messages that come up. I find the messages are really profound to your healing itself. Like, so for somebody that's overthinking, I'll come up in a message saying, it's okay not to know. And it doesn't sound like much, but yeah, if you just got out of that, I need to know everything, your mind will slow down, right? So it has a lot of really interesting, very helpful messages that come out in your session for whatever you're working with. Yeah.
Beautiful. Wow, I'm so glad that you've come on and explained all this and
Well,
shared.
I'm happy to do it.
Is there anybody that has any questions?
I do.
Yes. Shoot.
What can it do for dementia and Alzheimer's?
It has all those programs. Like it's got many parts of it. It can do that. You would do brain nutrition. I mean, there's no promise with some stuff, but definitely I had a client I was working with that had what is the trembling, Parkinson's.
Parkinson's, yeah.
And I am here in Goodwood, and he was in Ottawa, and he first had a session strapped up here with me, and then he went off to Ottawa, and we did weekly sessions on his Parkinson's, and he could feel this band where he had the band when he was here in my office. Every time I was testing him, he could feel me, oh, Martha's starting my session now. And he was getting better and better. And then they went from Ottawa to Florida for the winter, and they stopped and had another session strapped up. And we continued while he was in Florida, and he could still feel that band. And in the end, his wife said to me, thank you for giving me my life back, because she said, I would be out trying to do yard work, and I'm doing all the work that my husband couldn't help me with. And now he's helping me do all this work. Like he was like, and we tracked it back, actually, we tracked it back to neurotoxins in his brain. So we kept working on that. And
Wow.
yeah, it was pretty interesting, because I backed the story up and I said, where would you have picked up these chemicals? And he said, well, I owned a Canadian Tire store, and I was in the shop, years ago, they'd sit in the shop where all the cars were being worked on, and you're breathing that all in. So, after years and years, that would be a neurotoxin. So yeah, he improved his health, but he was somebody that was very diligent and probably had maybe 20 sessions in like 20 weeks.
Wow.
And it was really, his wife couldn't thank me enough. Like they didn't even know about biofeedback, and then he was able to function, and then they stopped having sessions because he was okay. He can function,
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing, amazing.
And
Yeah,
we
because
talked about
go into an organ and detox it. So if you were working on somebody like Parkinson's, I go into the brain, the nerves of the brain and the spine, and I can see what toxins are in there and balance them out. Yeah, there's no promises, but usually it's like, yeah, it's quite the modality for sure.
Same with
I
cancer.
work on autistic children too. Yeah.
Attention deficit.
Yeah, all of that. And yeah, their parents know when it's time, even though they one is 21 years old and he starts getting really eating his clothes and stuff, and they'll say, do you want to go see Martha? And he'll say yes. He doesn't speak, but he'll say a few words and he knows, okay, that's it. And then he's good for a couple months, and then he comes back, you know, after 3 or 4 months. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
About sleeping disorders, like people that we have one friend that comes on the Monday call, and her son doesn't go to sleep till like 6, 7, 8 in the morning.
Oh.
But he's mentally challenged. He's a 20-something-year-old, but has an age of maybe 6 or 7.
Oh.
So he doesn't sleep all night, and he sleeps during the day, and they're trying to like flip him.
Yeah, well, I'd say definitely his neurologic system is like needs some work there. And you never know what could come up in a scan. You might find out exactly what it is.
Yeah, I should tell her about it. So Martha, are you able to put your information in the chat? Like, so how anybody can get a hold of you? What's the best way?
Absolutely, I will.
Is there anybody else that have any questions? And the biofeedback can be done remotely.
It can be done remotely. When you come in my office, I have a PAMF mat that comes from Germany. So I relax you as well as you're strapped up and having a biofeedback session. So you're pretty blessed when you leave.
Right.
If you have any issues being strapped up, maybe we can clear that too.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah.
As soon as you say
Yeah,
those
it
words, I'm
distantly
like,
works good though too. You know, it's just so interacting if you can come in. It's so fun to interact as Veronica will tell you, you know, you're in real time and I'm talking to you as I'm doing it, and yeah, it's good.
awesome.
Very good.
Yeah, so if you could just punch your information in the chat. Are you able to do that right now?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, do you know how to do that? Okay.
Yeah, I can.
And then if there's anybody else that have questions.
No.
Cool. So yeah, so if you want to get a hold of Martha, she's just going to put her stuff in there. Wow, thank you so much for sharing all that.
That was great information.
Yeah,
Thank
great
you for having me.
information. I've had biofeedback done quite a few times, and it's just like this massive interface. Like this thing can do so much.
Is there more than one kind of biofeedback machine?
Oh, yes, very much so. Ours is called a quantum biofeedback.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
The other thing is too that Martha was saying, like you were saying, Lucy, you can do more than one, or Martha was saying you can do more than one. Like, and then I just asked her, you know, can you do one? How far apart? You said what, about a week sort of thing, Martha?
Well,
Like if we were gonna do something.
Yeah, it takes like 4 days. You have to leave it for 4 days so your body gets the session process through, because it keeps on, you know, you can't just hit a button, it's all done. There's a big difference immediately, but then you know, everything has to process. I just leave it to my clients, you know what, if they want to come every week, every 2 weeks, like I say, sometimes when you get really in a real big trigger and you can't get you're just so wound up, that's a really good time for one. But ideally, you know, 2 weeks, every 1 week, whatever, you know, whatever suits you, whatever you have an issue. Like if you're having something like an organ you're going to be working on every, you know, regularly, you would maybe do it every week, every 2 weeks, whatever you can afford, you know, and go from there. But I just leave it up to my clients to come whenever they want, you know. They feel, everybody knows when it's time.
It's good stuff.
Mhm.
So say a person
Question.
had like hip issues, like something like physical, like a physical hip issues or something, would you be able to, or back problems?
Yeah, definitely, because as we all know, back physical issues aren't always physical. So
Mhm.
there's panels for the spine, and it tells me what vertebrae would be want to look at, and then you can go deeper on that vertebrae and say, what emotion is in this vertebrae? Why is this vertebrae coming up? And it'll tell you the emotion, and you clear it. Yeah, it does pain. But when you come in, I use my other tools more for the pain, in the pain area. So you're getting a bit of both too.
Right. Really.
She's got you covered.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, she's gonna strap you down, knock
Strap
you
you
out
up.
if you got pain, and then
Yeah.
straighten you back out again. Okay,
That's
no.
it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, the
Okay.
biofeedback really is a stress reduction. You know, that's what the umbrella is, stress reduction.
Stress reduction.
Okay.
And a lot of stress creates inflammation in the body.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Neurological.
exactly what it is. Yeah. So we work
Beautiful.
on whatever's a stressor in the body, it shows you, and it could be a food you're eating that's upsetting your digestive system. And you have no idea, right? So,
Cool.
mhm.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, and if nothing, no one else has
I
any,
have one.
Okay, go ahead, Dave.
Okay, so what does it do for life-threatening diseases? If someone comes to you with a very life-threatening disease,
Well, you do the
As-
same. It can, you just address it the same way. You're still giving the body what the body needs. And when you give the body what it needs, you know, there's many factors in
Yeah.
a stressful situation like that too. You didn't just get this disease. It came on for a reason, right? So you still work the same way with it. You definitely feel better whatever you're, you know, if you're on chemotherapy or anything. I've had some clients on chemotherapy, and it helped them ride those treatments much better. They didn't get the nausea because they
Alright.
were keeping on top of everything that they were, you know,
Right.
keeping their
Processing.
nutrition and health, and they weren't getting the you know, they were a lot stronger going through the chemo and radiation.
Yeah, giving
that
the
makes
body
sense.
support,
Yeah.
right? What it needs.
Yes.
Okay, very
Mhm.
good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And what about like stuff for your children, Danny? Are you asking about that, or you already got your answer on that?
Yeah,
Because you
I can
mentioned
see
attention
that the mind
deficit.
field could be good for that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
For
you're
some
right,
of that.
Danny. I don't even know what you're referring to, but I find the Mind Field Repatterning is quite, it can address a lot more in a specific area than, you know, I like it more concentrated. You can get right to an issue with the Mind Field Repatterning.
Mhm.
I love that one, actually.
Yeah,
Even
it's
though
good.
the biofeedback does so much, but the Mind Field Repatterning, I find it gets to the issues that are causing, you know, at the root cause. The Mind Field Repatterning works at root cause. So it might not make any sense to when it comes up on a chart, but we're getting to the root, so everything else will just, you know, fall apart,
Hmm.
come into
Mhm.
place, balance. Yeah,
Very good.
yeah,
Balance, coherence, harmony.
all that. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Wow,
Yeah.
what a great idea to have a guest on. Danny, what a good idea. Martha, thank you so much.
My God, Lucy.
I'm just playing.
Yes, very
Yeah,
good.
thank you so much. I know
Thank
Martha's
you,
really
Martha.
great. I love your
You're welcome.
energy, and you're helping, like you're making a huge impact. So that's why I wanted to bring you on. I know that you love what you
Great.
do, and people are
Mhm.
getting good results. And I've had an example. I've been an example. So I've had a great session with Martha too. So I can speak on. And I know Veronica's been in there. Oh, I went and saw Martha again today, and I'm like, oh my God, like you're in there all the time. What the heck? I wanna be in
I'm
there.
going in a couple of weeks again.
You're going
Yeah.
in another couple of weeks?
Yeah, I become a Martha junkie. No, I'm
All
just
right.
joking.
Well, Veronica had her first Mind Field Repatterning 2 weekends ago, and she was like, whoa.
You mean the biofeedback? Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
That was
yeah, the
pretty rough.
biofeedback. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, that was like, what? That was crazy. I always thought
Yeah.
I'd done it, but I hadn't. So anyway.
It's
And
quite
also-
it's quite a session, like really.
Yeah.
And also in the biofeedback, you're looking at the auras and you can like see all the auras.
You can, there's a whole aura panel that you can, I typically go in and see where the chakras are lining up at the beginning of the session, and you can pretty much tell what chakras are out, and you know what the rest of the where to go. And then as we do the work, the chakras start coming back online, and then you can clean the chakras. And then at the end, you recalculate them to see where they are now after the session, and they usually come all in line. And you can do very deep work on your aura as well. Like you can keep cleaning layers and layers and layers. Yeah, it's quite a lot you can do in it's got psychic protection. It's got all kinds of good stuff. It's got Bach flowers, all spiritual remedies that you can load up in the chakras themselves. The sky's the limit on it.
And she has a dog. She has a dog who's tapped in too. What's your-
You can work on animals as well with the biofeedback. I
Right.
do all my animals don't go to the vet. They go to me.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Get
That's
strapped
awesome.
down on the biofeedback bed.
Yeah.
And I know this machine is not cheap, so,
No.
and you have to continually upgrade it when new things come out.
Mm.
They're like, you always have to update it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You
I
can
know
buy
the
new technology keeps coming up, and mine is pretty updated, but they're getting more and more now, but they update on it. We just called in and they're updated for us, or yeah.
Very good.
All right.
Yeah.
Nobody has any other questions?
I'm surprised.
Nobody?
All right.
I'm just gonna
Well,
all write her number down.
yeah, there's her number if you want to get a hold of her, and don't flood her all at one time. She's like,
That's
that's a
okay.
good problem.
Yeah.
So I don't have any more questions. It's just a matter of getting in there and getting another session. I haven't done a biofeedback in a long time. That'd be interesting.
And you're back in town, eh, Lucy?
I am.
Yes, I saw your surroundings have changed.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're not in Costa Rica anymore.
No.
Back.
So now I'd have to come down, and that's when you're saying, oh, I'm going to strap you down. I'm like, yeeks. So maybe we can clear that claustrophobic strap down feel.
Or you know what? You don't even have to be strapped up. You don't have to be. You can just sit here and the only thing is it's a little bit stronger when you're in the straps. A little bit, not much. The
Okay.
information's all the same, but it's a little bit stronger, so you can do more when you're
Yeah.
distantly than you are when you're here.
Yeah, and I've had all the straps and everything on me like years ago when we were doing biofeedback. It was
yeah.
like a big thing back in the day. And
Yeah.
for people to like continually upgrade them over time, because they weren't
Yeah.
cheap to upgrade. And
Yeah.
there's so many upgrades all the time.
Yeah,
And I believe the gentleman that created it, there was something with that and things.
Yeah,
had to
there's
move
been a lot
around.
of that in that.
Yeah.
But we have my favorite panel on the biofeedback is the NLP. And I quite often, when I have a Mind Field Repatterning client come in, I'll put myself on the biofeedback as my client. And I can actually, there's a part where I can put the name of the client that's coming in for biofeedback on my session. And we have ascension stimulation, we have creativity, we have awareness, and so I stay in the NLP panel, and I keep balancing that, do the chakras while they're having a Mind Field Repatterning. It's a great combination.
So you can also put a whole group of people in there.
You absolutely can. I do my family as a group.
Right.
Yeah. You can clear house clearings. You'll pick up energy. If you're going to a new house, you could clear the energy because energy is energy and it's there. So you clear it from the house or,
Right.
yeah,
Wow.
it shows exactly what, what comes up. My teacher in the biofeedback had did a house and it came up as paralyzed on the biofeedback and in the information, and there was a paraplegic in the house. So
Oh.
she was pretty blown away with that. So she told us that in the training.
Huh,
Wow.
paralyzed to paraplegic. That's interesting.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're, one and the
Mhm.
same.
Wow,
Mhm.
cool.
Well, thank you very much for coming on the show,
You're
Martha. It's
welcome. My
really
pleasure. Thanks
interesting.
for having me.
Great information here.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You're
so
welcome.
we can tap in, and there's a lot of people we're probably thinking about right now to get connected, get them on that machine, and the ones that can only do the machine, but there's a lot of people that would be interested in the Mind Field Repatterning also. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, with the Mind Field Repatterning, as you know, Lucy and Veronica, what we do is, if you're not here in person, I go on Messenger or WhatsApp, so I can see you, you can see me, and we do a session in real time, but we're not in real time. We're not in together.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
that one you don't really have to be strapped down.
not for that one. No, you're free to go.
No strapping.
Veronica was
Uh.
coming in 2 hours of 4 hours of driving for Mind Field Repatterning. Finally, she
Aye.
said, is there some other way we can do this?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. But the only reason why I was able was I have a person lives close by from Martha, and I didn't even know it was like 2-minute drive.
Yeah.
It was like,
Wow.
oh
But
my
when you
God, this
first
is
started
perfect.
coming, you were coming
Yeah.
all the way from your house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Lucy, the things that she puts on you, like whatever it is, I have that stuff on my head and everything, and holding those things in my hands, and it doesn't. You just look like you're, whatever, but it
Oh yeah, you're in
doesn't.
another.
It was
I know
awesome.
my friend Pauline up in Penetang, she had it also. She had the bed and everything. It's like, lay down, we're gonna strap you in. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Geez."
Yeah.
You're going for a rocket ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time you go
Anyway.
to her house, it's like, okay, I'm gonna put you on this bed.
Yeah, it's good.
Got things over
Anyway.
you and strapping you in. I'm like, oh Lord.
Yeah.
I'll
it's
lift
good.
off soon.
Good.
It's
Yeah,
good.
she was into the biofeedback also.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay, so that is awesome information. And so Martha, is there anything else that you wanted to mention?
No,
before we
I'm good unless anybody has any questions at any time. I'm good.
okay.
Mhm.
And what
Mhm.
about like doing a clearing for like a country like Sudan?
Yeah, we do it in the biofeedback. We do a lot of that. We would work as a group with the fires a couple years ago. You just with our our field, we just do on a Friday, let's clear the fires here. Or, yeah, you can do anything really.
Mm,
Yeah.
Wow.
very good.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Or how about like a certain age group
What, clear them?
across the planet? Can you do
I
something like
never
that?
thought of that one. I've never thought. See, that I would go Mind Field Repatterning. There's no limits on Mind Field Repatterning. You can address everything.
Ah,
Yeah, that's
Interesting.
my good. I really love that one. Anything, any focus you want, we can work on.
and another question, how would somebody learn how to do Mind Field Repatterning?
Well, I learned by my experience with I came home and my teacher, Arena Cowan, she does level 1, level 2, level 3 in certification online. Like she, at this point up till now, she has been like a teacher that teaches you like on Zoom. We're on Zoom calls,
Right.
but she may be moving into more recordings, but she's been doing it this way for years. So yeah, I still go into her classes, and even though I've certified twice over, just to keep in the energy of the Mind Field Repatterning. Because
That's
as you
awesome.
in the class, you're getting the clearings from it. We actually have calls once a week that we pick a focus, us practitioners that have certified, and we pick a focus and we work on a focus of anything as a group. Everybody will come up with something different and we clear. So everything's good. You feel it
Yeah.
after. You feel so much lighter. Hey, Veronica, after your Mind Field
Yeah.
Repatterning.
Yes.
It really
That's
is.
awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just gotta make a note here. Sure. And
No,
Okay.
it certainly works for me. That's for sure.
yeah, no, it is effective.
I
For
love
sure.
it.
I have good things to say about it. So that, I don't know, anybody else have anything? Before we do a close up? Because once we close it up, then I complete the recording and then everybody can chit chat after. So, thank you so much, Martha.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's my
Pleasure.
pleasure.
Okay,
Mhm.
awesome. And so with that, Danny, how are you feeling with putting and did you want to do anything? Did you want to
Sure, we can do a little channeling.
channeling? Is anybody, any specific person coming in?
Yep. It's
Awesome.
going to sound strange. It's the waters of the world.
The waters, I love it.
Waters of the world. Mother Earth, her waters,
Oh,
is coming through with a message. So, is it my time?
it's your time.
Okay.
So maybe we can also align with our breath and close our eyes and feel into Gaia's waters, because also that's very good, because we are also clearing out our own body of water. Okay, so there's our water within our bodies need to be, so that's
right.
incredible that you're bringing that up.
Mhm.
All right, so if we can just all close our eyes and
Relax.
take in a few deep breaths and connect with not only the body of water on planet, but within yourself.
I come to you today as your mother. I am using this channel to speak to you directly. I am all about the waters of the planet and the air of the planet. The waters of your planet are transmuting many things out of their existence, out of their energy fields at this time. There is great change on your planet happening at this time, as I am changing, as I am transmuting and rising higher in vibration on your planet. As you live on my planet, you also affect me. I affect you. The waters on your planet are going through much energy shifts and changes at this time. And the waters not only of the oceans and the lakes, but also the waters within you. These are all waters. I am the guardian of the waters. It is my job to assist the waters in being pure and being energetically charged. And I've had a difficult time in the last few centuries on your planet for the amount of negativity on the planet that has been here. It's been difficult for the energies and the flow of energies through the waters on this planet as they've in many ways become stagnant. These energies are changing as we speak. The rising vibrations of the waters, the frequencies of the waters are changing, is affecting all the animal life on your planet, all the plant life on your planet, and the humans on the planet. As your mother, I am here for you. As your mother, I am helping you regenerate and bring back to life the water cells in your bodies and in the oceans at this time. We're rising up in vibration to a place of tranquility and peace and balance and harmony. The waters have been discordant energies for so many centuries. They are now coming back to their own original conditions. This is being helped on by many energies on the planet. It's also being helped on by many of your shaman on the planet, and the work and the prayers that many of you are saying for the waters of the world. You are assisting me in many ways in healing the waters of the world. The waters of your world permeate and are giving life to everything on your planet. So everything will grow exponentially with the improvement of the waters in your world. This is inevitable in the ascension process. Also, the lands are being transmuted and healed of their issues, whether they be toxins or negative energies also. But it's important to focus now on the waters of the world. As you know, waters can be emotion. So as the waters on the planet are becoming a higher vibration and are reaching a crescendo, so to speak, of healing and harmony, it will bring peace and harmony to the human being and the plant life and the animal life on your planet, as the emotions at this time on your planet are very high. We understand that as you are transmuting all of these old energies out of your consciousness, out of your bodies, out of your minds at this time. The waters that are being healed on this planet are assisting you in releasing those emotions, and healing those pains and sufferings and emotions that are affecting you in a negative way. So as the waters on the planet are bringing up that higher frequency, it will also bring the water inside each and every one of you to release these emotions that need to be released. They may be traumas, they may be fears, they may be past life issues that you may be carrying. For each and every one of you has these issues. But the waters will greatly assist you in healing those advanced or strong emotions that you carry as a result of your issues that you carry. So these emotions are bleeding out, so to speak, as in tears bleed out of a human when you are emotional. Think of it as that, as these tears of water and emotion come out of you, it's releasing this, releasing the traumas, releasing the issues, along with the waters on the world, which are also assisting you on many energetic levels that you don't see and you don't feel. Because everything is one. The waters in the oceans and the lake is very connected to the waters in your body. As one heals, so does the other. So I am working on the waters of this planet for you, as I am helping to assist in your ascension process. For the waters are very important on this planet, as waters are life-giving. It's important to heal the waters of all the things that have brought its energy down to a low level that it has been for centuries. But those days are gone. These wonderful healing energies are being brought in. Father, Mother, God is involved in this also, along with Gaia. As we raise those waters to a higher crescendo, you will rise to a higher crescendo also. As the waters are affected, you are affected. We wish to give you this message here today so you understand that the healings that are happening on the planet are happening on many levels, whether it be spiritual or mental or physical or etheric. But in the waters of this planet, because you are in physical form and you are almost 70 to 80% water, it's important to heal the waters within you and without you. And this is happening on a grand scale as we speak now. You may not feel it, you may not know it, and you may not understand what's actually happening, but the waters on the planet are being healed to a very high frequency as they heal you also, and your pets, and your animals, and the plants. This is ongoing. This is coming to a place where we will be ready for the planet to shift to a higher level, to the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension. This is well on its way. We wish to share with you that it is succeeding. It is wonderful what's happening on your planet with these waters. So remember the waters when you think about healing, when you think about what's going on the planet, for there's great confusion on your planet at this time. Understand that's just on the surface. Waters run deep. Waters is all that is for this planet, within you and without you. Understand that this is well on its way, and there's nothing to fear for your future. As much of this is being worked on behind the scenes to raise and help and heal all of you at this time. We wish to share this information with you as we send you all our love and all our light, as all of creation is involved in this healing of your planet, the waters on your planet at this time. We wish to leave this with you. We wish to give you a suggestion. The suggestion is when you drink your water, imagine the frequency of the water is shifting to a high vibration. And as you drink that water, it is affecting every cell, water cell in your body. And it in turn is assisting you in healing on many levels. This is what water can do for you. As you know, water is programmable. If you wish to have a certain thing help you with, put that into your glass of water. Ask the water to do what you want it to do, to assist you on a mental or an emotional or a physical way, or even spiritual. Ask the waters to help you with that issue, with what you'd like to have done for you. Drink it in, drink in those frequencies, drink in those healings. This we leave with you today. Thank you for giving us the time to speak through this channel today, as great love and light is being sent to each and every one of you. Namaste.
Oh my God, that was really incredible. Namaste. Thank you. Wow, that was beautiful.
Well,
Thank you, Danny. It was so beautiful.
it came through so strong, the waters.
See the crystals just all dancing inside the water.
So we can program our water for whatever
Yes.
we want. Right?
Beautiful.
It's that simple, right?
Increase vibration to the highest possible.
Yes.
Mhm.
Wow. Great.
Whew.
Oh, what a wonderful
was
call.
interesting.
So I want to just like thank you everybody for being here. And even though, you know, we're a small group, we are literally impacting thousands of people
Mhm.
through our vibration, through our frequency and inner knowings. Like the message was said, we have no idea like how much is really playing out in the background and how deep it runs.
Exactly.
So just know that you are valued and you make a difference big
We all
time.
do. We all do. Shall we say a quick prayer
Yes, that would be beautiful. Yes, thank you.
for everyone in the planet and as a whole? If you allow me.
Yep.
So if you want to hold people in your lives or things in your life and the planet as a whole, to send this wonderful prayer of healing and light at this time. So we call on the heavens at this time. We call on all of creation, Father, Mother, God at this time. We call on all the saints that have come to this planet to help us. We call on all the ascended masters that have come here to show us the way. to be here with us at this time, to assist us in this great healing of the planet, of each and every one of us here on this Gaia that we stand on, and also the waters of this world, to assist in the healing and the uplifting and the frequency change of the waters of this world, to assist us on our path here each and every day, and to bring some peace and some light to every one of us who is having a difficult time on this life. We thank you for this wonderful light. We thank you for this wonderful love. We thank you for all this wonderful healing that you shower on each and every one of us on this planet as we go through these great changes on our ascension process here. For we understand that you're here with us and for us at this time. We are so grateful for each and every one of these beings of light, for your light and your love and your healing. For we accept your healing, and we're very grateful for your healings. As we accept this as manifest right here and now. And so it is.
So it is.
Well, that is like incredible. Share, hit the like button, subscribe. Be here next week with your entourage. And blessings with everybody that has been on this call and everybody that is in the unseen that is on this call, that is here in spirit. Because just as we did the closing prayer, it was like a whole bunch of beings like rushed in. I'm like, okay. So that was awesome.
Let's bring them all in. They're all here for us and with us.
And thank you everybody for co-creating and being on this call. And yeah.
Thank you all for being here.
Thank you.
Being part of this. Thank you very much, Martha, for your time.
Thank you,
Awesome.
my pleasure.
Thank you. And thank you, Martha, too.
Thank you.
You're
Lucy and
welcome.
Jenny.
Good night, everyone.
Good night,
Good
Lucy.
night. We'll see
Thanks,
you next
thanks,
week.
thanks, Lucy.
Thank you.
Thanks, Annie. Thanks, Martha.
Yeah,
You're
take
Thanks,
care.
everybody.
welcome.
Bye-bye now.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks. Wow.